Hello, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. We are so glad to have you with us.
It is great to be here.
Now, usually on this show, we take this massive stack of articles or research papers, and we just sort of tear them apart.
Right, to find those golden nuggets of insight.
Exactly. But today we're doing something a little bit different.
It's a very different kind of deep dive, isn't it?
It really is. We do have a stack of sources. We have vocabulary databases, pronunciation guides, dialogue manuals, but they aren't about, quantum physics.
No.
They're about you, specifically your daily life.
And that's what makes this so interesting. We're focusing on the daily routine.
Mhm.
Now, if you're a fluent English speaker, you might think, oh, that's basic.
Right.
But if you're learning, this is, well, it's the foundation of everything.
It is. Our mission today is to take these sources and really build a blueprint. We want to help you talk about your life with, total confidence.
So you can answer that one question that can be so terrifying for a learner.
Oh, what's that?
So what do you do every day?
Ugh, yes. And our topic knowledge source, it defines a daily routine so simply. It just says it's what you do every day.
It sounds simple,
Yeah.
but how you describe it, well, that tells people who you are.
I love that. It's about identity. And I was looking at our guide for this deep dive, and it has a very specific instruction for us. It says, keep it slow, keep it supportive, keep it friendly.
And that is exactly the tone we're aiming for. We're not lecturing, we're just unpacking how English conversation works in a way that feels safe.
Okay, so let's start with the big picture, the grammar piece. I know that can be a scary word.
It can be.
But our guide says we should use something called the present simple tense. Why? Why that one?
It's a great recommendation, really. It just lowers the pressure.
Yeah.
Present simple isn't about what you're doing right now or what you did yesterday.
It's for things that are always true.
Exactly. Habits, facts. I wake up, I eat, I go. They are constants in your life.
So as a learner, you don't have to worry about complex timelines. You just state the facts.
Precisely. It lets you focus on the words, on the pronunciation, instead of getting all tangled up in grammar rules.
That makes it so much more approachable. So let's get into that vocabulary. We're going to follow the sun, right? Start the day chronologically.
The best place to start.
Okay, so I'm looking at our vocabulary source, and right at the top, there are two phrases that look almost the same. Wake up and get up.
Ah, yes. The classic point of confusion.
To me, they sound like they mean the same thing, but our definition list makes a really specific distinction. Can we break that down?
We certainly can. And the difference is, well, it's all about what's happening. The source defines wake up as to stop sleeping. It's a mental event.
Your eyes open.
Your brain switches on, you're conscious.
Okay, so I'm in bed, my eyes are open, I have woken up.
Correct, but you haven't moved yet.
Yeah.
That's the second phrase, get up.
Yeah.
The source defines that as to leave the bed. That's the physical action.
That is a huge difference. I mean, in my own life, there can be a very long gap between waking up and getting up.
You are not alone there. And that's why it's so useful for telling a story.
So you could actually say, I wake up at 7, but I get up at 7:30.
Exactly. And just with those two simple phrases, you're telling a real story about your morning. You're adding nuance.
I love that. Now, what about how we say these? The pronunciation guide has a note here about linking.
Yes, this is crucial for sounding natural. You don't want to sound like a robot saying wake up.
Right.
The source suggests connecting the end of the first word to the start of the second. So it's one sound. Wake up.
Wake up, get up.
Perfect. It just sounds so much smoother.
Okay, so we have the action. Now we need to put it in time. We usually say in the morning, right?
Yes. In the morning.
Mm.
The morning is like a big container. You're in it. But if you want to be specific with the clock,
Then we switch the word.
we do. We use at 7,
Yeah.
at 6:30. At is like a pin on a map. It's
Mhm.
precise.
That's a great way to think about it. In is the bucket. At is the point. Okay, let's try to put this all together. We have a dialogue example here. Let's act it out, slow and clear for everyone.
I'm ready.
So, tell me about your morning. What time do you wake up?
I wake up at 7.
And when do you get up?
I get up at 7:10.
See? So simple. But it feels complete.
And did you notice what I did with the time?
You emphasized it a little.
Yes. The pronunciation source says to stress important words. You asked about the time, so the time is the new information. I made 7 and 7:10. Just a little longer, a little louder.
I wake up at 7.
Exactly. It guides the listener's ear.
Okay, moving on. We are out of bed. We have successfully gotten up. According to our list, we're moving into hygiene.
The essentials.
The phrase is brush my teeth. Now I want to pause on that word, my,
Okay.
because in some other languages, you might just say, I brush teeth. So why do we need the my in English?
That is a funny little quirk of English, isn't it? We are very possessive about our body parts. It sounds strange to a native speaker to say, I brush teeth.
Like, whose teeth?
Exactly. Are you brushing the dog's teeth? So we almost always say, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, it feels complete.
I brush my teeth. Okay, and then the best part of the morning, food.
Fuel for the day.
The phrase is have breakfast.
Right. And this is interesting. Why do we say have breakfast more often than eat breakfast?
I was wondering that. I mean, eat is the logical verb, right?
You can absolutely say eat breakfast. It's not wrong. But our source recommends have because it's what we call a strong collocation. The words just naturally go together.
So I have breakfast sounds more fluent.
It does. It implies the whole experience of the meal, not just the chewing. I have breakfast. I have lunch. I have a coffee. It just flows.
I'm seeing a pattern emerge here. Our style guide points out a sentence structure we can use, like a formula.
It does. It breaks it down into 3 simple blocks.
Let's unpack that.
The subject is I. The action is the phrase like have breakfast. And the context is the place or time like at home.
So you just slot the pieces in. I have breakfast at home.
I brush my teeth in the morning.
It's like building with blocks. You just swap them out. You don't have to invent a new sentence every single time.
Exactly. And the guide emphasizes using I over and over again. I wake up. I get up. I have breakfast.
Doesn't that get a bit repetitive?
In a novel, maybe.
Yeah.
But for speaking clearly, no. The guide is very clear. One idea per sentence. That repetition creates a rhythm. It creates safety.
It's stabilizing. I like that. Okay, we've eaten, our teeth are clean, time to leave the house.
We're transitioning into the main part of the day now.
And the phrase on our list is go to work.
Go to work, simple. To go to your job.
And now the time context is changing. We're moving into
The afternoon. In the afternoon.
and sometime in the middle of that, we stop, we eat again.
We do. And remember that pattern we just found?
The have pattern.
Yes. So the phrase is have lunch.
Have lunch. Definition: to eat in the afternoon.
I have lunch.
Okay, let's do another little dialogue practice. Our guide suggests using short questions to keep things moving. I'll be the friend again.
Go for it.
So, where do you go in the morning?
I go to work.
And when do you have lunch?
I have lunch at 1.
Very good. Simple and clear.
Thank you. And I want to pause on what you just said to me. You said very good.
Oh, I did, yeah. I was following the encouragement rules in Source 3.
It really matters, doesn't it? The source says to use phrases like that, but it also mentions something physical. It says smile in voice.
Smile in voice. That's a lovely phrase.
It is, but it's also biological. When you physically smile, the shape of your mouth actually changes the sound waves. You sound brighter,
Yeah.
friendlier.
So even if the listener can't see us, they can hear the smile.
Absolutely, try it. Say, I have lunch with a flat face.
Okay, I have lunch.
Now say it with a smile.
I have lunch.
See, huge difference.
It feels different, too. More inviting.
And that's all about emotional safety, which our sources mention over and over. If you feel nervous about speaking English, just smile. It helps you relax.
That's a brilliant tip. Okay, the workday is done. The sun is going down. We are moving into...
The evening.
And the list gives us what might be the happiest phrase of the day. Go home.
Go home. To return home.
Yeah.
It's more than just a direction, isn't it? It's a destination.
I go home. And then, of course, we eat again.
We must. The phrase is, have dinner.
Have dinner. To eat in the evening. And the source gives a nice example here. I have dinner with my family.
Oh, that's a great addition. With my family. It turns a solo routine into a social one.
Now, I do want to ask about a tricky time distinction. Evening and night. This confuses a lot of people. When does evening stop and night begin?
It's a bit fluid, but the source gives us a functional way to think about it. Evening is the time between work and sleep. Dinner, relaxing. Night is usually when it's dark, late, and you are getting ready for bed.
So you wouldn't really say, I have dinner at night.
You could, but in the evening is much more common for dinner. At night often implies it's quite late, maybe after 9 or 10 p.m.
Got it. So in the evening, we relax. And speaking of relaxing, the list includes a very popular one, watch TV.
Of course, watch TV.
This feels like a very modern part of the routine. I watch TV.
It is. And remember, our guide mentioned using gentle humor about daily life?
Yes.
There is something universally true about this step. I go home, I eat, I watch TV.
It really is the default setting. I sometimes feel like I should say, I read a complex book, but the truth is, no, I watch TV.
And that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Our emotional safety rules tell us we don't need to impress anyone. We just need to communicate. I watch TV is a perfect description of your life.
It's relatable. Now, a quick pronunciation note on TV.
Good one. It's an acronym. TV. In English, with initials like that, we usually stress the last letter, so it's not TV.
It's TV.
Exactly. A little lift at the end. I watch TV.
That is a great little tip. Okay, the show is over. The TV is off. It is now properly at night.
The final transition.
The phrase is, go to bed.
Go to bed. The definition is simple. To sleep.
And we'd say, I go to bed at 10. We're back to that precise point in time.
We've closed the loop.
Let's just zoom out for a second. We've walked through an entire day. Wake up, get up, work, eat, home, eat, sleep.
It's the rhythm of life, isn't it?
It is. But why is it so important for a learner to master this specific script? I mean, these are simple words. Why spend a whole deep dive on them?
That's the big question. And our source material is so clear on this. It says, talking about your daily routine helps you talk about your life.
It's back to that idea of identity.
It is. Think about it. When you meet someone new, you talk about what you do. I work at. I get up early. I watch this show. These simple sentences, they're the building blocks of connection.
So if you can say these 10 sentences, you aren't just reciting a list, you're sharing a part of yourself.
Exactly. You're giving the other person a window into your world. And because the grammar is simple, you can do it without panicking. You can make eye contact. You can smile.
And that confidence, that's what we're really after. The goal isn't perfection.
No, it's connection. You're communicating. That is the win.
Before we wrap up, I just want to quickly recap the main verbs we covered.
Good idea.
First, we had the movement verbs.
Right. Wake up, get up, go to work, go home, go to bed.
Then the nutrition verbs.
Have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner. Remember to try using have.
Then the hygiene verb.
Brush my teeth? Don't forget the my.
And finally, the leisure verb.
Watch TV.
It's a really compact little toolkit, isn't it?
It is. And just remember that structure. Subject plus action plus time or place. I go to work in the morning.
And the big tip.
Smile. Just smile. Makes you sound better, I promise.
I want to leave our listeners with one last thought. We often think learning a language is about learning big, impressive words to talk about politics or, philosophy.
But we live our lives in the small words.
Exactly. We live in get up and have coffee. If you can master these small words, you own your day. And if you own your day, you own your story in that new language.
That is a perfect thought to end on. Your routine is your story. Tell it with confidence.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We hope this helps you look at your alarm clock and your toothbrush a little differently tomorrow morning.
Keep practicing. And remember, very good, very nice. You're doing great.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.